I'm waiting for my Amazon account to be open. Amazon asked for authenticity, and I'm waiting. Yeah, man, it's gonna take a couple days to get that going as well. I'm gonna get the TikTok stream going too. TikTok been nice here too. Let's see. Let's get TikTok up here. All right, boom. Here we go. All right, boom. Here we go, y'all. All right. So, any questions y'all got? You let us know. We'll obviously give it a sec here and let some people join up here. Sean H. Sean, are you? Oh, that's spelled differently than the other Sean H. I know that does Amazon stuff. What up, Candyman? What up, Mario? Hey, Miles, I'm trying to list a product FBA, and it says the SKU for this product is unknown or cannot be found. The SKU is listed on the same page. Tried to list FBM, not showing in inventory. What should I do? Yeah, that's a pretty common issue. What I typically recommend people do with that is if you type in Amazon seller forums and then that error message, I've seen a lot of people remedy that from taking a look at people that have had that similar issue. I personally actually haven't seen that in a while though. Jaglo, so I'd recommend Google that phrase with Amazon seller forums and post it in our Discord and see if anyone has specifically run into that. Have you run into that lately, Warner? I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it in a minute. Yeah,
it is frequent though. Like
those random error messages are the only time it's acceptable to be caught on the seller forums.
Facts.
If we catch you on the seller forums for fun when you're not specifically,
I'm gonna tweet that. Yeah, friends don't let friends use the Amazon seller forums. I'm gonna tweet that. Cool, but yeah, that is going to be the scenario for that. Yeah, like Warner was saying, that's spot on, right? Whenever you run into a like an actual Amazon specific issue, that is a good idea to use the seller forums. But other than that, I'd really recommend never using that.
Yep. Tampa Bay Picker in the building. What's up, man? Reverse sourcing tips today. Yeah, I mean, just like look back at any sale that's going on. I think there's a good like ColourPop sale I was looking at earlier. Auto Ungate brand for you guys.
Hey, yes, sir.
So yeah, just the advice is the same every day. Just sign up for some email lists, and then start your day by digging through that coupon list and go deep on whatever's on sale. Probably Thrift Hunter. At least I'd expect Adidas at the very least.
Yep. Yeah, and in general too, just other reverse sourcing tips. Typically, I think beginners think they're looking at the wrong products when there's actually no such thing as the wrong products as long as you can see a bunch of other people selling them and the sales rank's good and the movement's good. Typically, the disconnect is you haven't yet found the right discounts to use, right? Whether that, really every website has some sort of discount. And the reason Warner and I are so good at product research is because we have memorized how XYZ website becomes good, or when XYZ website becomes good via their, big sale that they happen to run, man. Or maybe there's an email coupon and they have a good rewards program. And all these little discount bits of knowledge around how to make stuff cheaper is the difference between finding a bunch of winning SKUs and not finding a bunch of winning SKUs here. Okay, Warren, you got an example up for us here?
I got an example for another question.
Cool. Okay, sweet. All right, let's see. All right.
But yeah, so Gary was asking about if a variation is for that specific product or if it's for all products. So like here's a shoe example, right? So this is split between all the different sizes on the listing, Gary. And then what's cool is this monthly sold chart down here is actually specific to the variation. So down there on SellerAmp, like you can see, like, obviously this, is $1,200 a month or so. This is a decently selling variation. Makes sense. It's like a pretty common, women's shoe size right there. Pretty classic looking model. So it sells, 200 times a month or so.
Okay, another very important thing. Warner, do you mind typing in black gold Puma slides on the Amazon search bar?
If I can type today.
See it low-key put up seed oil, black seed oil right there. That's the matrix in action. Okay, so see how there's 3 listings right here. The first one, the second one, and the fourth one are all a very similar or the exact same thing. You got to make sure it's the same thing. But there's so many examples where you can list the same product on multiple listings, especially with merchant fulfilled, right? It is, and it's super awesome with merchant fulfilled how you can literally list the same product on multiple ASINs at the same time and diversify your catalog easily, lower your risk, and increase your upside literally for free just by searching the keywords for that item. So that's a really, really important thing, especially during back to school right now, during Q4 in a couple months. That's going to be a huge thing. Now, you should primarily be doing storefront stalking. So that's how you're going to find those multiple listing opportunities, because you'll see the same item in people's catalogs. Yeah.
Yep. Seller forum solved the SKU issue. There you go. That's what's up. Sweet. Roscoe said first box
Oh,
of shipment
already?
checked in today. Oh, damn. Yeah, you
That's
posted on
lit.
Twitter like 3
Yeah.
days ago or something like
Well,
that.
that one too, Roscoe. Yeah. So, all right, Roscoe, W J Glow as well. J Glow, just for the banter, do you mind putting in the chat what actually was the issue, man? Because I actually don't know. I just been recommending dudes go to the seller forums to keep it a buck, but I'm not sure the exact remedy there. Okay. All right. Boom. Yeah. Here we go. All right. TikTok live. What questions y'all got too? Do you suggest using a label plug? Unfortunately, no. Typically, those are like credit card fraud for cheap shipping, so I wouldn't recommend that, man. Especially if it's at all sketchy. I just ordered things from Target. Is it okay if I do pickup for it and submit that order for the invoice? I'd recommend doing it online, just so it has your address on it, man. However, I have seen pickup ones work too.
Yep. Is it worth it in 2024? We would not be on here streaming every single day, helping you guys out. Yeah,
What's up, Lucas?
Absolutely. Can't spend money fast enough. Any tips? Yeah, I mean, like, you'll solve that problem. You'll have the inverse problem before too long, because I know you've been on streams and stuff like that.
Yeah, Will. You just gotta find more deals, man.
Yeah. You said you've been past 5K in sales, so you're like learning the bare basic ropes of it, right? So now just figure out how to, how do you find adjacent opportunities? So like stuff that's very similar to what you're already buying profitably. How do you, catalog what you've already found so you can go back to it easier next time it's back? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Warner's speaking facts on that, right? Because the cool thing is, if it's a website that has one lead, it typically doesn't only just have one, right? And the key is that most profitable items only come from one place profitably at the same time. Even like a Nike lead, for example, that might be on 12 websites, maybe 1 or 2 of them are profitable, right? So the cool thing is the sellers on that listing probably have other leads from the same source, right? Okay, here we go. All right, so Jack, welcome back, Jack. Good to have you in here again today, family. I was in here yesterday and you mentioned ungating sportswear to use and one another brands. What site was that on? I wasn't able to write it down. So the cool thing is, man, you're actually not going to need, or at least I've never seen anyone need to ungate and one. Typically, it's an automatic approval, right? So for any of you guys who have a fresh Amazon account, go try and one, Stafford, 32 degrees, Athletic Works, for example, and there's a very good chance all 4 of those automatically approve for you. And those are all listings that I found, or all brands that I found profitable SKUs in the past 7 days. Okay, here we go.
And one is the national brand worn by either by far the best or worst hooper on the on the floor.
There, man. Yeah, and to keep going with that one, I played against the and one founders team in high school basketball. He had multiple NBA players on that team. We did beat him in the state tournament about a couple months ago, but that's besides the point. And I also graduated about 7 years ago. Yeah, and it comes from Walmart. So there's actually profitable SKUs on Walmart for and one. Yeah. All right, here we go. Damn, that's fire, man. So yeah, Will's where'd Roscoe's thing go? Yeah, first box of shipment checked in today. Crazy how fast everything checked in. 2D barcode is a game changer. Yeah, y'all try that out for free, guys. The launch discount's going for a couple more days, right? So check that out for instead. Boxem.com right there. We would love to put y'all on right there.
Yep. Sent a product into FBA on the wrong ASIN. Just place a removal order on that. Yeah. That's the everyone's done that a time or two. It's annoying, but you'll fix it.
Oh, how about looping? Can you explain it? Okay, so here we go. So Dick's Sporting Goods has a 10% email sign-up code. You find an item on Dick's Sporting Goods that's profitable, you use that 10% email sign-up code, and then you use a different email to get the sign-up code again and do it again, basically. So it's essentially where that term comes from is the shoe reselling world, when you would go into a store and buy an item that's 1 per order and then change clothing or come back at a different time and loop it again and run
Groucho Marx glasses.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Yeah, exactly, right? Thank you guys for the videos. I used an e-gift card today and saved 5% on my bottom line just watching your occasional videos. Yes, Card Bear and Top Cashback. Top Cashback is really, really underrated for discounted gift cards, guys.
Yeah, you can plug in those little get any dollar amount you want.
Yep.
Yeah, Jack, can you explain the Lego method? Yeah, so you're probably talking about people who are like, it's a good idea if you have a bunch of money, right? Because you just buy Lego sets and they're going to go retired, and some of them, like the Star Wars stuff that like appreciates like different sets. It's not the best way to do it unless you've already have a ton of money though, because you're waiting for 6 months, a year for a 50 to 100% ROI when With regular stuff, you can get a 30% every 4 to 8 weeks, depending on if you FBM or FBA. It is fun once you got plenty of money laying around, though.
Yeah. Have trouble setting up FBM shipping templates. Okay, guys, I'm gonna pop up on the screen what I think your template should be, guys. So just give me 1 sec here. I'm gonna pop up on the screen what shipping templates, because that's a very, very important thing for merchant fulfilled, y'all. All right, let's see. Uncle Flips templates.
ROI for beginner, yeah, like 30 to 40%, depending on like if it's a high return category or not.
All right, let me get that template up for y'all here. All right, Uncle Flips templates here. All right, here we go. Boom. Here we go. All right, so here's what you want to do for shipping templates. This takes a couple minutes to set up, and then you'll have it forever here. So check that out. This is what you should do. Oops, laundry's done. This is what you do for shipping templates here. So grab a quick screenshot here. Nicely get that set up, right? Basically, just free and economy. You want to do $0, expedited, and 2-day you want to do like $30 plus $1 per pound, and the next day you want to do 1 pound right here. And I got a big ass back to school guide coming for y'all soon too. So just be ready on the lookout for that on my my socials.
Yep. What's your FBA inbound shipping on? Like 60 cents a pound, solid. Yeah, just add together whatever you've been paying through your box and shipments and stuff.
Yeah, and the key is that that's going to go down long term. Yeah. Right. It just, when you're newer, you're not fully optimized to the box size yet. You're not buying the perfect amount of one SKU to go into box size, etc. All right, here we go. So what are some things to sell for back to school? Yeah. So there's a lot of backpack listings that are popping off right now. Right. So what I honestly might just do if I'm you guys, or just in general, is go on Amazon and search Adidas backpack, Puma backpack, Nike backpack, Converse backpack, Under Armour backpack, and then open up all the SKUs that immediately show up, because Amazon wouldn't be ranking them in search if they weren't printing cash. And then anything that's price is going up, I'm going to try to track it down. A lot of good retail arbitrage for backpacks at Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx.
Lunch boxes are a little less popular of a pick, and they're even better.
That's a very, very good point right there, right? I was actually at a Ross recently and found some lunch boxes. So yeah, guys, check that stuff out. Lunch boxes. And then it's whatever else you can find profitably. So like crayon listings, you storefront stock from there, right? If you can see other people making money on it, you can too. And those sellers are going to have other listings and a similar business model you're free to clean up on.
Yeah, there's like some like 200 seller count Crayola listings, so obviously avoid those. But yeah, especially during back to school, make sure that spreadsheet you're making of back to school stuff, just check it every day and see what the prices are starting to pop on. Even the stuff that's like saturated or whatever, it'll start to pop during back to school. You can go grab it out at the local store. How do you know if a seller's doing wholesale when you storefront stock? Yeah, good question. They'll probably do a lot of like grocery type products. They'll be selling a lot of stuff that's extremely high sales rank that just doesn't make a lot of sense to be able to source OA. Yeah, I mean, they'll generally never have, if they have Nike or Adidas in the storefront, Puma, some of those, they just don't do wholesale, then they're not a wholesale seller. There's a couple things you'll be able to sell pretty quick after you get enough stores.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be product catalog, right? And then also review count too. A lot of wholesale dudes will have a way higher review count, and all the listings they're on will have a way lower offer count, right? Because wholesale products typically sell a little bit slower, but also have way less competition, as a blanket statement.
How does a removal order work? Yeah, so Behold, you'll go in like on that. You said you shipped like the wrong product or whatever. Go to your inventory page, click the little checkbox next to it, and then press place removal order. Then it'll ship it back to you.
What type of products should you start storefront stocking? Like products that Amazon doesn't sell. Don't automatically avoid stuff that Amazon is selling. Don't automatically avoid no sales rank stuff. Don't automatically avoid no buy box stuff, right? Best place to start storefront stocking, watch a couple of Warner and I's videos doing product research and storefront stock off those listings, because those are going to be proven OA items, right? And the sellers on those listings are going to have other OA SKUs.
What box was you? You can use polybags for backpacks, Ben.
Yeah,
saves you a little bit of overhead. Yeah. You'll see plenty of suspiciously large polybags going out on Twitter and stuff. You know what's going on there.
Yeah. So just in general, guys, poly mailers for Amazon, right? 9x12, 12x15, and 19x24 are going to be optimal. Yeah. Have you guys worked with? No idea what that is. Minhal. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. All right.
Received some interference with a contract in Seller Central. Yeah, if they send it through buyer messages, then you can ignore that generally. The only ones I'll take seriously are like when they send you like big packets in the mail.
Yeah, and if it shows in your Amazon account, help too.
Yeah.
All right. Plan of action you'd recommend to someone starting their business. So this is like assuming you want to go balls to the wall. Here's the playbook here. All right. So you need to get an Amazon seller account open, get a SellerAmp free trial, a Keep subscription, a box on free trial. Right now, you're going to be able to send inventory, going to be able to source inventory. Right. Put 10 hours on the clock and watch a bunch of YouTube videos for more than that. Right. That's going to bring you up to speed with the lingo, bring you up to speed with the terms, bring you up to speed with the movements. Right. Then you want to scour your local retail stores, right? Your local discount store, scan everything you can that's discounted, right? That's going to start to teach you what brands are reseller friendly, how to read the data, etc. Right? And you want to start doing online arbitrage storefront stalking, and you want to create a Twitter account and be super, super active, commenting on other people's stuff, posting the successes you have, posting the failures you're having, and that's going to attract other online business people into your life, right? And then that's going to make it really, really fun and a lot more worthwhile, because the people in your life determine the results you get, right? So if you have no cool online business people, how can you expect to be good at online business, right? But you can use the digital tools that are available that are completely free to attract the type of person you want to be around to yourself for no money, right? So that's a super important part of it too. And start out doing merch field, eventually transition to FBA.
Do we still sell books? No.
It's
a good gateway drug.
Good times. Yeah,
it is a great time, but if you have more than a couple $1,000, it just doesn't make sense anymore. You had an amazing runs with lunch boxes, backpacks today. Yeah, that's what's up, Scotty. Yeah, there you go. That'll be a nice one.
Dude, yeah, Scotty, man. And then what you want to do from there, right, is so, when you're back at the crib, storefront stock the sellers on those listings, and you're going to be able to find other leads from the same source or adjacent sources, right? And it's going to start to really positively enforce what you're working on and everything. We got you, TTBP, the Tampa Bay figure. Tampa Bay figure, you better slide to the Tampa meetup we'll have at some point. Can I change SKU level handling time? I think so.
Not by general, though.
Yeah, I think you can though. It's a little, I would just change it for everything, man, and print the cash. You'll figure out a way to ship it out,
Yeah, they were saying that they had 0 day on, but it said 5 on the SKU level. So there's got to be a way you can change it on the SKU level.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Do I have to have them ship it back to me? Isn't there a way to associate the correct days? And unfortunately not. That would be like crazy logistically intense for Amazon. Optimal starting budget. $20 a month for SellerAmp, $20 a month for Keepa. When you're doing, heavy FBA shipments, box them, $45 a month. You can try it free. 1 to 3K for inventory, and then Amazon Seller Central account and a little bit of money for supplies. The cool thing is, I got people literally starting for nothing besides the Amazon seller account, right? And SellerAmp, which you can try for free, right? There's a lot of like Walmart leads and shit you can just list on that are in stock at your local Walmart, and you don't even got to buy them. It's like so gangster. I got people making sales day one without putting any upfront capital in, right? So there's so many creative ways to do these things. Jake, how are your sales now, man? I remember us meeting in Miami, man. Damn, Jake, you had 80K on TikTok? It's pretty gangster.
What type of products should you products that Amazon doesn't sell? Yeah. You can just start from anything that we've found in videos, man. You can sell stuff that Amazon sells as well. Like that's a big misconception. Like look at it might take me a second to find an example, but you'll find a bunch of products where Amazon's like chilling at like $80, buy box is at like 50, and for whatever reason Amazon never chases it, and it just all the wealth goes to sellers.
Yep. Up to date, I'm thinking about beginning my Amazon journey. Yeah, dude, either way, you should get going with that, man. But yeah, it's up to date, and it's quite literally more up to date than anything else because there's a weekly coaching call too. And you can go back and watch coaching calls from past months and past years as well, because we've had it for about 2.5 years. When y'all pulling up to Tampa? I don't know. I know at some point. Yeah. Because we both live in Miami, so it's close. I will be at the meetup. Yeah, dude, there was actually an Orlando one. It was like 20 deep for the coaching guys in Orlando this weekend, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, if you guys are going to ASD in Vegas, we'll have a public free event as well.
Yeah, so if you're
Monday night at 6 p.m.
Yeah, if you're in Las Vegas, actually, or I mean anywhere close, ASD is free, right?
It's free as long as you register before day of, I think.
And
Something like
guess
that.
who didn't register?
I remember
I
having to
think
go
I
through
did.
the line with you
low-key,
last year.
I
Yeah.
think I didn't though. No, I think it was the Jimmy. I can't remember, man. I definitely might not have, but I remember Jimmy came like the last day. I literally convinced him at like 1 a.m, and then he got there at 8 a.m.
For ASD, what should new sellers research? Yeah, good question. So just come with a list of like 2 or 3 brands that you know based on like looking through the supplier list that they'll be carrying. Just kind of shop around, say, hey, I want a few hundred of this. Plus, we'll be interested in whatever else you guys got. Like, just so they know you're serious and you kind of know what you want and you can buy more than just what you're after. That's a good way to start the conversations. And then
Yeah.
as a general rule, just like do everything you can to be around other Amazon sellers that week. That's like half the value at least is talking to other sellers and kind of swapping ideas and stuff.
Yeah, and you can't be scared, right? 80 years ago, they would have had you in the trenches with Warner and I in World War II. You can't be scared. You can't be scared of it. Literally, me, you, and Warner would have been quite literally in the trenches in another country, right? In World War II. You got to be very thankful that you can happily print the internet money.
Would you get in trouble if you create an Amazon account? Just make sure you got your parents in on making the Amazon account. But there's plenty of young hustlers we've seen do that through parents' info. And
First
stuff.
week I sold 12 products, but those 12 were only 2 of 13 products I got. Should I be worried? Nah, the majority of your profit's going to come from 20, 10, 20, 30% of your ASINs. So that's kind of exactly how it works. So learn from the winners, find the commonalities, and double down on them too.
Yep. As long as they're not never selling, you don't really have a problem. As long as you buy stuff that worst case you get your money back, then you can always keep growing.
Cool. So Jack says, when would be a good time to stop sourcing for back to school? Mid-August? Nope. Realistically, middle to end of September. But it's not like a hard cutoff time in terms of like every listing becomes not profitable a certain day. And a listing doesn't just go from like a 40% ROI to a 0% ROI. It tapers off and you just don't restock, basically. Right. So like, and I don't even think you should like source for back to school. Like, sure you can, but like, you'd be better off just looking for profitable SKUs. And naturally, some of that stuff is going to be back to school types of items. But if something's profitable today, as far as I'm concerned, it's back to school friendly, regardless of what type of SKU it is.
Yeah, most of the back to school type stuff, if you look at a lot of the keepas, you'll see like late August is where prices usually start dropping and stuff gets back to normal. But even so, you'll find some crazy listings in the end of September, that type of thing. If the supply really got cleaned out.
Facts. Any college kids watching this, check out the video I posted today too. It's get you up to speed up. My boy Brian absolutely cooking. Walmart works. Yeah, I've used Walmart for ungating. Because like Avia, for example, and Great Value, for example, are Walmart private label brands, so they only come from Walmart, and therefore we know for a fact that Walmart works in.
Yep. Opinions on post Prime Day slump, is that a thing?
Nah, not because the sourcing was so good.
Day.
Yeah,
the sourcing. Yeah, you should have enough like FBM stuff rolling in.
Yeah. So yeah, get to work sourcing, man. You'll be good to go.
Yeah, I guess sales the couple days after were a little bit lower, but it's not a slump. It's because you sold through all your stock on Prime Day. Like you sold through all your best stuff. That's what I would assume there. That's what happened for us anyway. Yeah, Caleb, just source anything that is profitable now that might also have some back to school, kind of boost from it, right? We've done a bunch of sourcing and stuff recently on the channels you can dive through for like back to school sourcing. But I also answered a couple questions about that already too, so you can like go back in the stream. Probably just jumped in.
Do you recommend trying to ungate as many brands as startup? Nope. Only ungate stuff when you find it properly.
About to start selling some of the dusty books in your house because of me. Yeah, that's what's up, Jack. That's good, man. They're going to be sitting around for forever anyway. You might as well test a concept and be like, oh wait, I can actually sell some stuff on Amazon. And yeah, teach you a lot for free.
Do private label brands let Amazon sell their stuff? I mean, in sometimes, but typically no.
You'd have to have like a good value, like a really good value prop if they're already on Amazon.
Facts.
Do you recommend trying to ungate as many brands as possible at start? No, not necessarily, Mike. Just ungate stuff as you find it profitably. You don't need to worry about like specifically hunting down ungates because generally any website you buy from, you can just use that documentation. So yeah, don't let it, like we were talking about this yesterday. Don't let like spamming a bunch of ungates feel like progress for your business. Like making money, finding more products, talking to sellers, that's progress.
Facts. Very facts.
Do you prioritize storefront stalking successful FBA or FBM? Yeah,
Ooh,
good question, Gary.
yeah.
Sometimes you can do FBM, like if you're specifically like back to school, FBM sourcing will be really good. Christmas Christmas FBM sourcing will be really good. Outside of like a lot of the major holidays, a lot of the FBM sellers will be like drop shippers and stuff. Like they're doing stuff that you just can't compete on because they're literally breaking terms of service and they're on their accounts on life support. So generally I find more stuff FBA, but if you're looking for something specific, you can do FBM.
Where to source besides retailers? I know you're just getting going. You know, I wouldn't worry about distributors. You can look up local distributors to you, but typically not. You know, would just recommend doing retail stuff to get started.
Yeah.
Is it easier to get ungated? You actually can't get ungated unless you have a professional seller account. Yeah.
Yep. Some products only sell like 20 a month. Some sellers have like 40 in stock though. Is there any logic to it? It's an estimate, right? So like it might be selling more than that. All sales estimates, it's in the name, right? So a lot of products will sell way faster. Generally, like at least in like SellerAmp estimates, you won't see stuff that actually sells slower than the estimate. So yeah, there might be some hidden sales or something like that on there.
Cool. Sweet. All right. Appreciate you guys tapping in today. You post a video today, Warner?
Tomorrow?
Yesterday?
No, yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Lost track of what day of the week it is.
Did you post a video today? Tomorrow? Okay. Or yesterday? Whatever. Yeah. So check out the video Warner posted the other day. Check out the video I posted today. Appreciate everyone tapping in. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Be great. See y'all soon.
Adios.